All right, all right, all right. We are here for the behind the design. Suzy's going to take it over. We're going Facebook Live. And Suzy can go ahead and start. I'll get us going in the public page.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited for this month. So my name is Suzy Simonson, or Suze, and I am one of the co-founders of OPWP. So along with my fearless business partner, Becky Ploutz. And what's so fun, so I have dreamt of this journal for 6 years plus. Right. So I had always wanted to make something for dream clients in my personal business. I wanted to make something so that they could keep track of all of the different things that we were working on. And so I started in just a journal like this with the little grid marks on it. So I started plotting out what I would have them do. And I was talking with Becky. And she's like, Suzy, we need this. Like, why don't you do this for OP? And so we have been doing this for 16 months, which is so fun and cool and crazy. And what we do is we highlight one person, so one business person, and one leader in our community, in our On Purpose with Purpose community. We highlight one person in the journal so that the focus is their theme. It's what they're all about. And I got to tell you, the cover of this one, it's a blue succulent. Okay. Didn't know why I did a blue succulent. Didn't know why. I created it in December. I created up until April in December. Right? No, it was November. Might have even been, I don't know. I created it a long time ago. It was a long time ago. Didn't know why it was blue. But I was like, blue is springy and all of this. So Beck and I decided that we had never featured ourselves. We hadn't featured ourselves individually and our businesses individually. And my new business with my husband is called Blue Skies Legacy. And so I went to go to the cover and I'm like, the cover is blue. It's a blue succulent. So there's blue all over in this, every color, every page that has color, there's blue in it. And so I'm really excited for that this is meant to be, that this is intentional. And it's a time where I'm really finding that I can show up and I can be seen again and heard again. And so this is the perfect platform. If it's the perfect way, it's the OP way, it's on purpose, that this was already created how many months ago, and that I thought I was creating it for someone else and was really creating it for me and to step into where I am today. So want to give you that behind the scenes. Like that is that's kind of as behind the scenes as you get, like knowing that everything that goes into these journals is heartfelt and is designed with an intentional purpose. And what's the word that I just used for Foxy's son that starts with an I? I can't remember it.
Intuition.
Intuition. It's filled with intuition. It's filled with purpose. It's filled with, I literally go through these pages and say, what do people need in this month? What will our community, what will every single person that holds this journal, what will they need this month? And so it's guided by my heart, it's guided by my soul, it's guided by all the things to be able, like I listen before I create. So this month is about create. So what a segue, huh? I want to read this letter. So every single one of our journals start off with a letter, and it starts off with a welcome letter from the person that the journal is for and is about. So I'm gonna go. So blue skies, talking about blue skies, right? Sing that song. So songs and smells trigger the best memories in my life. How about you? I've been singing the song for the last few days, and Knox, our 3-year-old son, dances with me, snapping his fingers. Blue skies, blue skies. I guess it's exactly what my brother used to do when he was Knoxie's age. Why am I sharing with you about my brother and my son? My brother transitioned. My brother transitioned from a place that we could see him when we wanted, thank you, FaceTime, to being able to only feel the things he left us with. We've got memories of a lot of joy and laughter, a lot of comfort and encouragement. I kind of can't see because of the tears. A lot of conversations and challenges. Joel is an inspiration. If something was broken, he'd fix it. If he didn't know how to, he'd spend hours on YouTube until he knew how. He was best friends with someone everywhere he went. When you knew him, you became family. He fought for the underdog and cheered on the good in people. He saw the good and knew that there was always a blue sky somewhere. My husband, Brian, and I have been inspired to design creative ways to grieve and live to the fullest in the same breath. Let's look for the blue skies and get creative. I don't think that the mascara that I put on was waterproof. So here's the thing. My brother had a business called Blue Skies, and it was Blue Skies Remodeling and Renovation. And so in thinking of the name for our business, because honestly, I did not know how to grieve his loss. I had no clue how to grieve his loss. My family members were reading books and I don't really read. I just wanted to create something with my hands. I wanted to create a way that others who are grieving could feel the presence of their loved one, could feel they could keep them close, right? So I'm thinking of all of these things, and to be able to say, you know, this is how you can grieve. This is a way that you can keep your loved ones close. Whether it's, here's the thing, we miss people all the time. And with the pandemic, like it's kept people away from each other. So why not have I call them neck squeezes. We do bear hugs, neck squeezes, and high fives. Why not have a neck squeeze of your best friend's shirt, right? So that something that means, so I'm not even wearing one right now, something that means so much to them, why not have that so that you can keep them close? So it's for people that you miss either by distance or by death, right? Let's come together and let's be close. So Blue Skies Renovation, or Blue Skies Remodeling and Renovation, now it not the same business, but our business is Blue Skies Legacy, Remember and Renew. And so bringing new life to pre-loved things, right? That's what we're all about. So our logo, if you can see it, so this is in the journal. Our logo is a cutout. Oh, I can show you with this. It's a cutout of, so it's the outline of my brother and Knox. So Joel and Knox looking at each other. And this picture is like literally out of this world. Like this is one of my favorite pictures ever besides my wedding pictures and the day that Knox was born. Like it is literally out of this world. Like they are looking at each other like, dude, where have you been my whole life? You know, like I know you. And there was this connection between the two of them. So Blue Sky's legacy is to honor Joel's life and to build a legacy for Knox. So all of this together, really what I want to tell you. So this is behind the design. This is behind everything that I do, that we do. I want to share with you that when there's something in you to do, do it. When there's something in you to create, create it. Because if you shrink back, your world will go without. You are exactly who our world needs. So do it, no matter what it looks like to begin with. No matter what it looks like no matter what it looks like in the process, if it doesn't look like what you thought that it would be, continue, right? Keep going, keep creating, keep building. So want to be able to share that. So that's that's the first page. So yay, thank you, Foxy. So then we've got the different things that are in here every single month. Where was I present? So thinking about March, where was I present? Wins I will celebrate, best connections made, grateful for, favorite moments made, vision I will build, where was I stronger together? These are really important things to be able to reflect on, to say, I've grown, this is what I've done, and to be able to celebrate yourself, right? Because how many times do we celebrate ourselves naturally? So celebrate yourself in the quiet times. Yes, and evidence, it's evidence of where you've been. So you can come back. This is your own writing. This is yourself, you expressing the evidence that is there. So then we've got a 3-month look forward to. So it's a 3-month at a glance where you can plan out your next things that are coming, the important dates that are coming. And then the next page is the important dates for the month. So it's, okay, so this is intentional. I haven't put the numbers on the month for the days because I want you to be able to use this for whatever you'd like to use this for. Right? If it is the monthly days, or maybe it's something that you want to write down of things that you've thought of to create, right? Important dates. Maybe it's a launch of a business. Maybe it is whatever it is. Like, you can use this also. You can go outside the box and you can use this for anything that you'd want to. So that's why there's not numbers on the calendar. If you want to number it, go ahead and number it. Or if you want to use it for something else. I also need to point out, yeah, Beck's got it all filled out. I love it. I need to point out that there's 2 succulents. There's a bigger one and there's a smaller one, and that is for my brother and our son. So on that page and the April intentions, there isn't on the outside, because I think that one's meant for me. Right? I think the outside one is meant for me, and the inside succulents are meant for my brother and Knox. So April intentions. What is your intention to create physical health, quality relationship, professional goals, money mindset, and what will I create? My brother worked with his hands all the time, and that's what I find myself, that I want to create things with my hands that are one of a kind. Right? To be able to highlight you, to be able to show you off and show your words and who you are. So the next page is for our goals. So what we do is we always have something from the right brain and the left brain. I believe that the right brain is I don't know which one is which, but the artistic, like the creative side, we always have something to draw you into creating, whether you're there naturally or not. Like, if you're naturally, you go to the goals, we want you to take space and to take time to be creative so that you can go deeper into your goals. If you're naturally creative, we've got the space so that you can fill it out, you can color it, you can all of that, and you can let the creative space lead your goals, right? So either or. Instead of being just goal oriented, it's combining the two. It's combining both spaces, because I can get caught up in either one, right? When I'm creating, I can just create and then that's it. Or I can be completely goal focused and not have the creation. So that's why there's both, also to be able to let you flow and use all of the parts of who you are. So the next page is about finances, because finances are real in all of our lives. We need to pay attention to them. We need to know what energy is coming in, which also flows into next month. Next month is energy. So we get to pay attention to the energy that is flowing in and out of our lives. And so with that, how colorful are your finances this month? You can decide what each petal, what it equals, what number it equals. Does it equal $1? Does it equal $5? Does it equal 100? Does it equal 20? Does it equal 1,000? Like you get to decide how much that is so that you can color in your months and see how colorful they are. And envision that I want my life to be more colorful. And so this is what I'm going to do. So then that goes back to your goals, right? That goes back to all of the different things. Do I see a blonde in your house, Foxy? Nice. That's awesome. I'm like, you don't have blondes in your house.
No, today is dressed up as something you love, and she loves anime. So she's wearing her Halloween costume where she's an anime character. And it's not blonde, it's white.
Okay. Nice.
It's really like blue.
No, it's not.
Nice.
Yes, it is. This is blue.
Okay, whatever.
I love it. I love the moments in life. And yes, how creative. That's awesome. Okay, so in thinking about money and in thinking about budgeting and all of that, so many of us can get stuck in our head and get stuck in the spaces where maybe we don't believe that the money will come to us, or that we're worthy, or that we're enough, or that all the different things that we are not. We can get stuck in those places, and that can stop up. That can be money blocks. And so what is paired with this how colorful are my finances sheet is affirmations of I matter in this space as I am, right? So whether that's connected to money, whether that's connected to just life, whatever that's connected to, being able to speak to yourself in a way that you know that you matter, you are worthy, you are enough, right? Yeah, colored in. So like as you're saying these, color them in. And you can say them over and over again. You can choose one for each day. You can go through 10 each day, whatever you want. This is yours. Excuse me, my nose is running. But whatever you want to make this is yours. My gifts are needed. I belong. Excuse me. Everything equals progress. I am capable. My creativity is unlimited. So being able to know those things and to share who you are is huge. We've got an emotion tracker. So this is gems. This is all about like knowing that all of our emotions are needed, right? Emotions protect us, emotions drive us, emotions do so many things in our lives. And so when we're able to track the emotions, we're able to see, okay, that was going on. I was feeling that emotion, and I can look back at the habit tracker, which is back. Woo woo. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So the habit tracker that it was a puzzle. I got feedback. Here's a beautiful thing about our journal. We get feedback and then I work it into the journal. So the journal is not always the same. It's so far from being the same every month. There are specific things that are, because they are so that we can grow and we can look back at it and see where in life was I showing up, where was I shrinking back, and how can I, excuse me, how can I move forward with that? So emotion tracker, then we've got our habit tracker. And then the big thing in the habit tracker is, why are these habits important, right? Why are they important to me? Me drinking more water, which obviously I need to do right now. But drinking more water, why is that important? Because it fuels my body and it flushes the nasty things out, and my body needs it. Like, why do I need to, like the different things, sleep better, sleep more, or call family, call friends. Like, what are the different habits that you want to get into, and why is it important to you? Because a lot of times we can say, okay, I need to get into this habit, but we don't attach the importance. And so the habit doesn't actually happen. We don't actually create the habit. And the puzzle is at the bottom is in remembrance of the puzzle pieces that, so the people that liked the puzzle, there's a little puzzle for you too. So fueling my body, this is however you fuel your body. If it's food, if it's spiritual stuff, if it's connecting with people, whatever that looks like. If it's an extra page so that you can put cards that you received that month. If it's like meaningful things that you want to put there that you know you are fueled by.
So I started doing the fuel pages as book recommendations or music. So those are two things that
Cool.
I in a lot of different things I hear like, ooh, this is a great book for this, or that song really reminds me that that's something that we always do. And so I started making note of what fuels me is learning and rhythm and all of that. So I started putting what I hear people are saying are good books or music into my fueling page because I know that does fuel me.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. And that's the thing, like there's freedom to be able to use this journal to make it your own. So I love hearing what people use the different pages for. And then we have a one-liner, and the one-liner is to be able to say like in this day, so the question is actually the statement and then the question, creativity is always flowing. The more I use it, the more it grows. So huge. Creativity is always flowing. The more I use it, the more it grows. So where was I creative today? Were you creative in your mindset? Were you creative in your actions? Were you creative in creating something with your hands, with your, whatever that looks like? So that is that. And then we've got our planner part of the journal. Okay. So we've got like the important monthly tracking things, to know where we've got to go, to know what we want to do and be and receive and all of that. And then we've got the planner part. So the planner portion is starts off with week 13 because we had a very short week. So last journal had week 13 and this journal has week 13 because last journal it was like 5 days and this journal it's 2 days, so we don't want to miss out on the 2 days, right? So we get bonus. So creating the things you are passionate about is your calling. Creating the things you are passionate about is your calling. That is set for the intention. And then on every planner page we have the purpose. What is your purpose for the week? So to be able to know, this is my purpose. Hold on, I got to really clear my throat. So Beck, will you take over for a second?
Yeah, I'll share that. I love that addition. That was something that you put into the journals recently, is the little quotes on the planning pages. And that has definitely like sparked some extra creativity in me from even last month when you did it for momentum. I loved having those little inspirational things on the underneath the intention. So I really like that addition.
Yay, that's awesome. I love it. And the VIP under the days, thank you for that. The VIP under the days is for your victories, your improvements, and your plans. We can do that daily. What was good? What was the best thing of the day? What was, where can I improve? Did I, like yesterday, I thought I was going to be super productive and all of this stuff, and I just soaked in all the things and didn't really do much. And so an improvement in that is to figure out why, and to say, did I just need that and be okay with it? Or can I make a plan so that I am productive, right? So instead of having guilt around it or feeling like regret around it, or because it's really easy to do that. It's really easy to have guilt to say, I didn't do anything yesterday. But guess what? We need days like that. So was it a day that was needed, or do I need to improve? And then what's the plan to improve? So the next page is all about connection. Where can you connect? Craving human connection, make it happen. We have the choice to make it happen. We each, everyone that I know that's older than, I don't know, like 12 or 16 or whatever the age is, has a phone, right? Make it happen. Send the text, make the call, send the email, however you want to or need to connect. Whatever is standing in your way, create the connection that you want to make. So do that. So week 14, the intention quote is flow with your creative spirit. Flow with your creative spirit, which is interesting because that's for this week. Flow with your creative spirit. So what is your creative spirit telling you to do, to create, to be, to become, to grow in, to have the energy in, to keep the momentum going from last month? What is your creative spirit telling you to do? Networking. I love this. And I got a taste of it this last weekend, y'all. So on my brother's birthday, which was April 1st. So how OP, Becky pointed out to me too, that creative is my month and April 1st is my brother's birthday. And so just going into this, like with his energy and with his, who he is, like showing off who he is and who I am. And the relationship that we had, the bonds that we had, the like being inspired by him and to continue going and to be able to inspire people. So networking, one of my absolute favorite things. Like I love going into a crowd of people and meeting specific people. And I went to a craft show because I did not want to be home in the house for his birthday. Right. So actually, little story. My brother was very adventurous and he would just do things that you normally wouldn't do, like see a movie in the middle of the day just because you want to. So I played hooky from work and picked up my mom and took her to lunch. It took us 45 minutes to decide what we were going to do for lunch, which is a Joel thing. And so we were driving around. We saw the movie theater. They had food in the movie theater. Like you can have a whole meal there. So we were like, yes, we'll see a movie. We'll have the food. Food didn't start until 4:00. The movie was at 1:00 and I got to go to this craft show at 5:00. So we're like, well, that's not going to work. So we went to a place across the street that I have been looking like for an excuse to go there and to check it out. And so we went to a new place for lunch and we both loved it. And then we went over, we saw the movie. He would have loved the movie. But we got a senior discount because my mom is over 60. Like all of these things that seem random, but they were definitely driven by Joel's soul, like by Joel's spirit. Like he would have done those things. So we celebrated him doing that. So in the evening, I went to a craft fair with some friends and got ideas for blue skies. Also met 11 people that I gave hugs to. Like I literally went behind their booth, gave them hugs. Some of them are interested in a bear hug. Others are interested, like it was so awesome that I told them, I was like, if he was here, y'all would be best friends already. And they're like, I believe it because I see it in you. And I see it in how you talk about him. And I know it. So it was so amazing to bring pieces of him to strangers because Joel didn't have any strangers, right? When you were a stranger, when he didn't know you, he got to know you and you weren't a stranger anymore. And so the networking, I've written down those 11 names and to be able to keep in touch with them. So the cool thing about networking is that I didn't grab everyone's cards, right? It wasn't about grabbing everyone's and reaching out to them and seeing if like we could collaborate for this or that or da 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 da. But I let the soul connections, I let the I have goosebumps right now. I let the attraction networking happen. Where when someone looked up at me, pretty much for me, it was they looked up at me and they said something. So how crazy is that there were hundreds of vendors and 11 people did that. So pointer for networking. And if you work vendor events, when you work vendor events, look at people, say hi, stand up, be standing behind your booth, have the confidence in yourself and in what you are presenting to people to be able to attract them to come in, right? So 11 cards, and I'm super excited to be able to follow through with them. I'm super excited to be able to share. I mean, everyone that I talked to, I was sobbing, they were sobbing, you know, like just to be able to bring what needs to be to the table, you know, whether that's stories, whether that's connection in different ways. I mean, go to the people that you're attracted to because there's a reason you're attracted to them in business, in friendship, in whatever that looks like. So network, network, network. My soul was filled up by doing that. And I remembered how much I love meeting new people and how much I love asking them questions about their business and their passion. So that's another thing too. No matter where you are, ask people about themselves. And that's like, how did you start your business? How long have you been in business? What's the passion behind it? You know, and then you'll find out more about them to see if there is a really amazing connection there. So, okay, here's our first coloring page, like full coloring page. It says, make interesting mistakes. And the first one is a sunflower. And sunflowers are my favorite flowers. And so I had to put a little piece of me in here. So make interesting mistakes, make amazing, glorious mistakes, break the rules, leave the world more interesting for being there. So to be able to say, like, interesting mistakes, what does that look like in your life? You know, what is a mistake? Is a mistake something that gets you closer to where you need to be? Awesome, honor it, right? Make amazing, glorious mistakes. Really, the heart and the intention behind this is to get out there, to do this. You know, you may think that it's a mistake and maybe it's not. Maybe it's exactly what needed to happen. And then leave the world more interesting for your being there. That and break the rules is to honor my brother. So the next page is week 15. Yeah, mistakes equals lessons. I love that, Foxy. Thank you. Creativity is a continual surprise. Like, what? I love creativity. Like, I love when I wake up in the morning and there's this new idea that I'm like, what? Yeah, okay, go with it. You know, because the more we're creative, the more creativity flows. So then we've got our strategy. And this is the desire to create is one of the deepest yearnings of the human soul. The desire to create is one of the deepest yearnings of the human soul. Think of that. Think of all the different things that we create. Like, think of, for the parents out there, you got to be a part of creating a child, a human, right? Like, for the non-parents out there, where like you could be plant parents, you could be like animal, I was gonna say feline, no, animal parents. You could be like, the desire to create relationships, the desire to create something that is beyond yourself is the deepest yearning of the human soul. So what will I create right now in this moment? I think sometimes we can, that whole guilt thing, you know, sometimes we can think, I'm creating too much, or I'm doing, like, it's not making an impact, or fill in the blank with the thoughts. But creativity draws out more creativity. And so in that, when pairing that with action, when pairing that with showing up, when pairing that with other things that bring, like, that fill you up too, creativity, like, let it flow and let it grow in your life. Ooh, so the next for week 16, life is the art of drawing without an eraser. Yeah, life is the art of drawing without an eraser. This next page is very much my brother. So it's my best ability at drawing a snow owl. So that is supposed to be a snow owl specifically. His spirit animal was a snow owl, and he absolutely was in love with birch trees. And to know, like birch trees, one of my dream clients looked it up and she told me, actually Coach K in our community, she told me that the thing that I remember about it is that birch trees are protective. Like they're a spiritual tree that is protective. And that is how my brother has been with me and how I still feel that he is with me. And so this quote is exactly him. Instead of thinking outside the box, ask yourself, what can I do with the box? Instead of thinking outside the box, ask yourself, what can I do with the box? Right? So what can you create from a box? What can you create from what you've been given? How can you make it into something else? How can you, and that honestly is upcycling, which is one of the things that Blue Skies is focusing on. So upcycling. Xenia's workshop. So this is something that I get to host. I'm so excited to teach. So workshop with Blue Skies Legacy. I am the host. It's Wednesday, April 20th at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So Wednesday, April 20th. So mark it on your calendars, important dates, get it on there. 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So then what we have is we have note pages because so many things go on in your life, and to be able to have everything in one spot, right? So we've got note pages: be present, celebrate wins, create connections, give gratitude, share moments, build vision, stronger together. This is our community. This is what our community is about. And so whether you're inside the OPWP community or you're not yet, this is what we're about, is to be present, to celebrate wins, all of the things. So week 17 is to be creative is the journey of a free soul. Whew. To be creative is the journey of a free soul. The last coloring page, I think it's the last coloring page, it's blank. The background is blank. The words are there and the background is blank because my brother started his company. We were talking, he's like, Suze, I need a business name. And so he was like, I feel like silver linings, like in remodeling and renovation, like so many people have bad experiences. And so there's silver linings to, like, I want to be the positive, you know? And he's like, but that just seems too cliche. That seems too like, bleh, you know? And he's like, but there's always a blue sky somewhere. He's like, what about blue skies? There's always a blue sky somewhere. And so this page is intentional. It's intentionally left blank in the behind the scenes on the page, because where are your blue skies, right? No matter where you are, no matter what's going on in your life, there is always a blue sky somewhere. And so what does that look like? Whether that's filling the background with words, whether it's filling the background with drawings, with pictures, with whatever that looks like. I just got a picture. Okay, so this is an idea that I just got. What if we sent out, okay, so this is what I'm going to put out there. If you would like this emailed, these pages emailed to you so that you can print them off, what I want you to do is I want you to email work.onpurpose.withpurpose@gmail and say that you want the printout of there is always a blue sky somewhere, or whatever you want that to look like. Because what we can do is we can email you this file. And what if you made this a vision board? What if you made this the things that are going on in your life, and then you print these words off and you glue them on top, right? So that you can paint what your blue sky will look like. You can put it out there of what blue skies looks like to you. And then you can have the wording on top. So if you would like to be creative with that, how we will know is by you emailing us work.onpurpose.withpurpose@gmail.com and say, I need the blue skies quote. Okay, so it doesn't matter when you're seeing this, where you're seeing this. email us that and we will get you this digital file so that you can do that. And then share it on social media. Okay, the last thing is think tank. This is where you can think, like you get everything out of you that you need to, you put it down, you think tank it. Because what happens is that when ideas sit around and they swim in our head, they don't necessarily become action, and then the action doesn't happen, so it doesn't become a reality. And so when you're think taking about stuff, get things out of your mind, get things out of your head so that you can then organize from there, to be able to move forward with that. Blue Skies Legacy. So this is something new that we are doing in our journal. And this is where we're highlighting the business of the person that it is focused on. And so it gives the story of my brother. I'm going to read it really quick. I know that we're at time. So Blue Skies Legacy, born from grieving our loss and creating joy for his future. On November 10th, 2021, my brother passed away due to complications from advanced lymphoma. He was diagnosed on the day our son was born. The connection they had was magnetic. Our business exists to bring honor to Joel's legacy and build a legacy for our son. Joel owned a business called Blue Skies Legacy, Remodeling and Renovation. Our new business, Baby, is Blue Skies Legacy, Remember and Renew. We didn't know how to grieve well until we realized we could create things to help others grieve and feel connected to. Blue Skies Legacy was born. If you or someone you know has lost a loved one, first, our hearts are with you. Second, we'd love to offer a creative way to grieve. So these are the different products that we have. Keep them close. When you miss someone you love, keep them close. When you miss someone you love, keep them close with a bear hug, neck squeeze, high five. Here's upcycled products, and then say it with a shirt. So those are the 3 different things that that we offer. And if you're interested in any of that, message me and I'll give you the email for that too. So that's blueskieslegacy.co@gmail.com. So blueskieslegacy.co@gmail.com. So love you all. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being invested in this journal. Thank you for the chance to have one of my dreams come true and to continue to come true. So, and to be featured, like, it's kind of crazy, kind of fun. So thank you.